Despite the perception that love in Hollywood is short-lived, several famous couples demonstrate that genuine love is resilient to the demands of the limelight. Despite obstacles, including arduous occupations, public scrutiny, and personal difficulties, these celebrities, loved by millions, have maintained excellent relationships in real life. These couples serve as a reminder that enduring love is achievable despite all obstacles, thanks to their touching love tales and motivational collaborations. Beneath the glitz and celebrity, they have shown tenacity and dedication, supporting one another through good times and bad. Come along as we present to you the actual wives of these well-known people, partners who have experienced joy, sorrow, and success together. In a world where partnerships often encounter the most trying circumstances, Holt and Carole Hagen, 40 years together. Since 2000, Holt, one of the most well-known American journalists, has served as NBC News' main news anchor. He has hosted several programs, including Dateline NBC, which he has presented since 2011, and NBC Nightly News, which he hosted from 2007 to 2015. From 2003 until 2015, he co-hosted Weekend Today. Lester met flight attendant Carole Hagen, whom he married in 1982. They live happily in Manhattan with their kids, Cameron and Stephen Holt. Lester claims their capacity to laugh together is the key to their successful marriage. Savannah Guthrie and Michael Feltman, 11 years together. After starting her journalistic career in Missouri, Savannah Guthrie traveled to Arizona. In 2011, she was accepted into the Today cast and has been there ever since. In 2014, she married Michael Feltman, and they now have 2 kids. 6 years earlier, the two had first met at Feltman's birthday party. Pat Sajak and Leslie Brown, 35 years together, the humorous Wheel of Fortune presenter has married photographer Leslie for over 30 years. When they first met in 1988 in California, they didn't click. The pair maintained contact throughout the year, and their amicable conversations soon evolved into passionate ones. Leslie has been there for Pat through his health issues and professional highs and lows since they were married in 1989. The dynamic duo is the perfect illustration of how to maintain a marriage and continue to feel love for one another. Don Lemon and Tim Malone, 9 years together. Don is a CNN news anchor, while Tim is a New York-based real estate agent. They announced their engagement 3 years after they began dating in 2016. They had already sold their Harlem home and got 2 dogs. For more than 10 years, Don has been employed by CNN. In addition to regularly participating as a CNN newsroom journalist, he presents CNN Tonight. The journalist, worth $10 million, also had time to join Visible out on television in 2020. Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa, 28 years together. We characterize the path of Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa as going from an on-screen romance to becoming friends in real life. Although they were initially paired in All My Children, they both went beyond the script's interpretation and started dating as soon as filming started. At first sight, is it love? We suppose so. A year later, in 1996, Mark and Kelly decided to have a small wedding. The pair did not behave carelessly, even though they chose quickly. And after 28 years of a solid relationship, they have shown that. Sean Hannity and Ainsley Earhart, 5 years together. Fox News has discovered a new couple, Sean Hannity and Ainsley Earhart, who will undoubtedly become well known in the US. The two broadcasters reportedly started dating in 2019 and have been together for 5 years. Their divorce proceedings could have impacted their developing relationship. In 2020, Vanity Fair thoroughly examined the pair, including their incredible private helicopter entry to one of Donald Trump's golf courses, which amazed everyone. Juan Williams and Susan DeLeese, 45 years together. Susan DeLeese would rather live out of the limelight than her spouse. In 1978, she wed Juan Williams, and they now have 2 grandkids. 2 boys and a girl are Juan and Susan's children. Susan's profession is not well recognized, but Juan has been a political analyst for a long time. He collaborates regularly with The 5 Show and has written for publications, including The Washington Post. He has amassed a wealth of $2 million in total. Juan also made appearances on Fox Files and Outnumbered in 2020. Susan is said to be in her 60s, while Juan is 70 years old. Greg Gutfeld and Elena Musa, 20 years together. Greg Gutfeld is a comedian, author, political analyst, and TV broadcaster who is most known for his late-night talk program, Gutfeld, and for serving as a participant on the political talk program, The 5. He has been hosting One Smart Person and Greg Gutfeld since 2019. He is fortunate to have married Elena Musa, a former model and picture editor for the magazine Maxim Russia since 2004. They resided in London for 3 years after meeting there, but have been in New York since 2018. Chris Cuomo and Christina Grivan. Cuomo, 23 years together. It seems like a literary dream come true for a magazine editor and a television journalist to collaborate. Chris and Christina are, if one were to believe them, close friends. The couple has 3 exceptional children together and have been married since 2001. It may be a shock, but Christina arrived late for her Southampton wedding. Reporters conjectured that it might be a runaway bride scenario, but in reality, she struggled to put on her stunning Oscar de la Renta dress. Well, their relationship got off to a great start. Wolf Blitzer and Lynn Greenfield, 50 years together. For decades, we have watched Wolf Blitzer on CNN daily, and he is a vital team member. He has received several honors for his work as a journalist, including the esteemed Emmy, the Journalist Pillar of Justice, and other humanitarian honors. Even for an experienced reporter, it is a remarkable accomplishment. Even though Wolf is used to being in the limelight, little is known about his personal life, including his marriage to Lynn Greenfield. But the fact that they have been together for almost 50 years indicates that they are more than content with one another. This pair most likely enjoys keeping things out of the public eye. Mavis Leno and Jay Leno, 44 years together. Although Jay is more well known for being an automobile enthusiast, his wife Mavis will always be his first love and the object of their 44-year commitment. The two fell in love when Jay performed at a comedy shop in 1976. The presenter recalled their early days together and said that Leno's desire to add Mavis to his insurance policy was the only reason for their marriage. Nothing is worth fighting over, and the person you choose to marry should be someone you look up to, according to their advice for a long marriage. Jerry and Jessica Seinfeld, 25 years together. Jerry plays the part of a lifelong bachelor who cannot maintain long-term relationships in the well-known comedy Seinfeld. But real life is very different. Since 1999, the actor and his spouse, Jessica, have been together. The Seinfelds have 2 boys and 1 daughter. The comic, who loves his family life, said he wouldn't change a thing and enjoys the chaos and the hectic home. Even though they are billionaires, the couple doesn't think they should provide their children with too much luxury. They have developed a solid bond and are now excellent parents. Tucker Carlson and Susan Andrews, 33 years together. When Tucker Carlson and Susan Andrews began dating, they were both adolescents. Tucker requested Susan's father's permission to pop the question as soon as he was old enough. Since then, the cute couple hasn't turned back, and today they have 4 active children. The author saw his career take off after marriage Thus, the relationship felt fortunate. He now earns $6 million annually, hosting his prime-time program, Tucker Carlson Tonight. John Oliver and Kate Norley, 17 years together. 2011 saw the marriage of Last Week Tonight anchor John Oliver and Army veteran Kate Norley. Oliver and Kate were unlikely to meet because of their different career backgrounds. Fortunately, however, they finally fell in love after meeting at the 2008 Republican National Convention. Despite their divergent political views and personalities, Oliver and Kate have forged a cordial connection. In the end, accept that you disagree. In addition to being wonderful parents to two adorable kids, the pair has a fantastic sense of humor and flair. Jake Tapper and Jennifer Marie Brown, 17 years together. Since 2006, CNN anchor Jake Tapper has been married to Jennifer Marie Brown. As they became joyful parents to two devoted children, their family of two expanded to 4. However, motherhood isn't always easy. We must mention that the pair did a fantastic job dividing the duties without jeopardizing their jobs. Jake sometimes shares photos of himself with Jennifer on social media while keeping his personal life secret. This demonstrates how happy the reporter is to be with his beautiful and encouraging wife. Dierks Bentley and Cassidy Black, 18 years together. We're willing to wager that almost everyone has considered marrying their childhood sweethearts and been heartbroken. However, this was not the case with Dierks Bentley, since he married Cassidy Black, the love of his life. After dating intermittently since 9th grade, the two reconnected in 2005 when Bentley was on tour. After exchanging vows at a tiny private wedding in Mexico, the country music artist and his spouse eloped 3 days after being engaged that same year. They are indeed the envy of many, and their love has grown stronger after more than 15 years. Michelle Pfeiffer and David E. Kelly, 30 years together. They are both gifted people. David is renowned for telling a great story, and Michelle is an award-winning actor. He was the author of the highly regarded television series, Big Little Lies. It's interesting to note that the couple met on a blind date in 1993, and it's clear they had a great time since they exchanged vows later that year. The couple brought a boy into the world soon after adopting their daughter. Despite their intense privacy protection, due to their well-known occupations, Michelle and David's connection is always apparent when they are together. Matthew McConaughey and Camilla Alves, 18 years together. Although the most attractive pair in Hollywood has been together since 2006, Camilla didn't fall in love immediately. McConaughey was eager to approach her and start a conversation when they first met at a pub in Los Angeles, but she didn't even recognize him. But Matthew won her over in typical rom-com fashion, and the two soon began dating. Following a low-key wedding and 3 children, the pair continues to be couple goals. They attribute their relationship to respect for one another and never take anything for granted. We completely agree that marriage is just the start of a new journey. Rita Wilson and Tom Hanks, 36 years together. Rita and Tom, known as Hollywood's happy couple, have been in married happiness for almost 36 years, and their closeness is a tribute to enduring partnerships. The actor from Forrest Gump knew she was the one the moment he met his future wife on the sets of Volunteer. Tom, who played the part of a wonderful and encouraging spouse, applauded Rita's 2019 Hollywood Walk of Fame star from the sidelines. Tom has more than made up for his lonely upbringing since the grounded celebs complement each other. Mike Tyson and Lakia Spicer, 13 years together. In the same year that Mike Tyson married his third wife, Lakia Spicer, he also experienced an unfathomable loss when his 4-year-old daughter passed away. T.I. said in a recent interview, that he most likely wouldn't have made it without her. Mike has had numerous highs and lows. His earnings as a heavyweight fighter amounted to over $300 million, but in the end, he lost most of his money. Now just $3 million. He bounced back after marrying Lakia and is now the Mike Tyson Mysteries series presenter. Luciana Barroso and Matt Damon, 19 years together. Matt Damon and Luciana Barroso, now blissfully married, live by the motto, family first, no matter what. Matt acknowledges marriage requires work, but understands that both partners will stop at nothing to keep their union together. It sounds like something out of a fairy tale. Indeed, love often shows up when you least expect it to. When these two lovers met at a Miami bar, that is what transpired. Matt was immediately drawn to her and tried to win her with his slick conversation and cocktail-making prowess. The two clicked and connected well. Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi, 20 years together. Like many other famous couples, Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi have faced relentless rumors, particularly those surrounding divorce and fictitious pregnancies. Throughout their relationship, they have encountered speculation and tabloid gossip, yet they have remained steadfast in their love and commitment to one another. The good news is that the couple has always risen above these false reports, refusing to let external noise affect their strong bond. Even the most sensational rumors have failed to shake their foundation. Ellen and Portia's love story began in 2004, and after 4 years of dating, they took a significant step in their relationship. In 2008, they exchanged vows at an intimate ceremony with about 20 close friends and family members attending. Their union was a powerful symbol of love and commitment, made even more remarkable by the fact that it took place before same-sex marriage was fully legalized across the United States. Over the years, their marriage has been filled with laughter, mutual support, and a shared passion for philanthropy and animal advocacy. Despite the challenges of fame, they have built a lasting and resilient relationship, proving that true love can withstand even the most persistent rumors. Al Roker and Deborah Roberts, 29 years together. Despite working for different networks in their professional lives, Al and Deborah get along well when they come home because they value having fun. When the happy couple first met in 1990, Roberts thought her date was kind, affectionate, and a family guy. Roker proposed atop the Grand Canyon on New Year's Eve, 1994. How romantic! Like any other marriage, they had their share of highs and lows. The pair advised newlyweds that while they may have different preferences, deep down, having strong sentiments for the family, love, and respect would keep them rooted. Cyndi Lauper and David Thornton, 33 years together. Cyndi Lauper is the best person to understand that girls want to have fun. When the singer met her husband, David Thornton, on the Off and Running set, she didn't hesitate to initiate contact. They quickly fell in love after exchanging flirtatious messages and taking romantic walks on the beach. Despite their 1991 marriage, Lauper still views David as her closest friend. They acknowledge that marriage requires a lot of effort. Even though it's more difficult now, particularly with the birth of their kid, their unwavering love and mutual respect keep them going. Kevin James and Steffiana de la Cruz, 20 years together. Things moved quickly after their first date, and before long, Kevin James and Steffiana de la Cruz were enjoying marital bliss. While blind dates often end in disaster, theirs led to a beautiful, happily ever after. Introduced through mutual friends, the couple instantly clicked and their romance flourished. Just 2 years later, in June 2004, they exchanged vows in a private ceremony surrounded by loved ones. Although Kevin and Steffiana prefer to keep their relationship private, their deep love and mutual respect are evident. Kevin frequently expresses his gratitude for his wife and their family, often sharing how much he enjoys being a father. The couple has 4 children, and their experiences as parents have even influenced Kevin's work. Many of the jokes and family dynamics depicted in Kevin Can Wait stem from his real-life adventures in parenting. Kevin and Steffiana have built a strong, lasting marriage despite Hollywood's demands. Their rare public moments together, whether on red carpets or through glimpses on social media, highlight their appreciation for one another. Their relationship is a testament to the power of love, laughter, and unwavering support. Bruce Willis and Emma Hemming, 17 years together. Emma Hemming and Bruce Willis may not be in the same age range, but that doesn't really mean they aren't destined to be together. As promised, the two were married 9 years after Bruce's first marriage ended in divorce, and he was sure that this lady was the one this time. When the couple learned that the ceremony wasn't legally binding, they were even more thrilled about getting married at their home in Turks and Caicos. A few days later, they hurried back and had a civil ceremony. For them, it was an actual litmus test. Adam Sandler and Jackie Sandler. 20 years together. A woman's heart may be won by making her laugh, but a man's heart may be won by making him laugh. Jackie played the part of a waitress on the sets of Big Daddy, and that's precisely how Adam Sandler courted her. Following their 2003 marriage, the couple had 2 lovely kids. Adam enjoys entertaining his daughters by dressing up as a Disney princess since they adore spending time together. That's the sweetest. Jackie and Adam are the epitome of stability, and that perfected the art of juggling job and marriage. Guy Fieri and Lori. Fieri. 26 years together, Guy Fieri is a television personality and restaurateur who has a highly successful career on television and likely makes a good living from his restaurants. Returning home to the one he loves every day is another blessing. In the early 1980s, Fieri fell in love with Lori at first sight. After getting to know one another well and discovering their preferences, the couple married in 1995. The family currently resides in Santa Rosa, California, after they became parents to 2 children. Their ability to adjust, comprehend, and sacrifice for one another sustains them. George and Norma Strait, 53 years together. Norma and George Strait have never abandoned one another despite their many issues. The two were a continual source of comfort to one another when their daughter tragically died at the age of 13. The soulmates have been together since childhood, even though they were married 53 years ago. They had grown up in the same community and had made significant progress since their 1971 elopement. Although we think they still have more memories to create, they are already grandparents to Harvey, the kid of their only son. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell. 40 years together. Goldie and Kurt, one of Hollywood's most famous and beautiful couples, exemplify what the perfect relationship should be. When they were young, they met on the set of a Disney movie. Despite their mutual rule that they should never date co-stars, the couple made an exception, which worked well. The couple had all they needed for a good relationship, so they never felt the need to be married between their first date in 1983 and the birth of their first child 3 years later. They said mutual trust, self-sufficiency, and allowing each other space were the keys to their long-term relationship. Phil McGraw and Robin McGraw, 47 years together. The name Phil McGraw may not be recognizable to you, but Dr. Phil isn't. After his first marriage was dissolved in 1973, the talk show presenter discovered true love in Robin Jo Jameson. Because it has endured throughout time, their relationship and mutual adoration are the most talked about topics in the tabloids. Robin often helps with production and hasn't missed a recording of her husband's midday program since 2002. Now that they have 2 settled children and a prosperous job, the couple lives life to the fullest. What a happy family. Sylvester Stallone and Jennifer Flavin, 36 years together. Although others would have thought their relationship was ridiculous, it was ideal for them given their age gap. Model Jennifer revived Sylvester's faith in love after meeting him while coping with a series of unhappy marriages. The attractive pair married in 1997 after dating intermittently for 9 years. Jennifer typically stands by Sylvester at award events, and he is often seen in the front row at his wife's fashion exhibits. The actor has gushed over his companion, saying that he fully trusts her judgment and that she is scholarly and brilliant. Ron and Cheryl Howard, 49 years together. Every super hit movie has a skilled director at its core, and every one of these men has a supporting lady by his side. Cheryl, who has been with producer Ron Howard for over 45 years, is his soulmate. Even though they were relatively young when they married in 1975, they seemed to know what they were doing. They have 4 adult children, one of them being the well-known actress Bryce Dallas Howard from The Help. Ron agrees that a lifetime of happiness with your loved one requires harmony, patience, and good fortune. Sam Elliott and Catherine Ross, 40 years together. Sam and Catherine feel fortunate to have escaped the scourge of divorce, even though Hollywood is notorious for its erratic relationships. Their 40-year marriage is a testament to perseverance. One thing led to another, and before they knew it, the pair were married in 1984 after meeting in London while making their film The Legacy. Sam revealed their keys to a happy marriage. Maintaining a relationship requires effort, but resolving disagreements is worthwhile and preferable. Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart, 20 years together. In 2002, Harrison Ford met Callista Flockhart at the age of 60. He was so taken aback by her charm and magnetism that he poured wine all over her exquisite outfit. Life has its ways, and that mishap sparked a romance that would ultimately result in a lifelong partnership. Harrison proposed on Valentine's Day after the two had been dating for over 7 years. Yes, she replied. It was Callista's first time going down the aisle, even though it was his 3rd marriage. Without a doubt, this age-defying romance will go down in history. Tom Selleck and Gilly Mack, 34 years together. As Gilly slapped him, Tom couldn't stop watching the musical Cats, where he first saw his future wife. A romance swiftly developed when he invited her out. When Gilly relocated to Hawaii to spend more time with the actor, the two had a bit of a whirlwind affair. Before long, they were posing for tabloids and strolling the red carpet together. The happy pair eloped and secretly married in 1987. Tom is now enjoying time away from flashing cameras after reducing his work and purchasing a 65-acre property to spend more time with his wife and children. Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman, 50 years together. Rhea Perlman moved in with Danny DeVito from Batman Returns only 2 weeks after they first met, as if she had known he would be her everlasting partner. Nevertheless, before committing to becoming husband and wife, the couple wanted time to get to know one another. After 10 years of marriage, Rhea and Danny decided to live apart without filing for divorce, although they had been together for almost 30 years. They're still great pals. We don't blame you if you believe that they are still in love. We do too. Samuel L. Jackson and LaTanya Richardson, 44 years together. Samuel L. Jackson is one of the most well-known faces in Hollywood, and his fame is growing along with his commitment and diligence to improving himself. The guy works hard to maintain a positive relationship with his girlfriend, LaTanya Richardson, and his career. When Samuel met LaTanya 50 years ago in college, he immediately married her. The couple, who have been married for more than 40 years, is still exclusively interested in one another and is prepared to face any obstacle together. Lisa Kudrow and Michael Stern, 30 years together. Do you remember Phoebe Buffay from NBC's popular comedy Friends? She had us laughing uncontrollably each time she stepped onto the screen. Lisa Kudrow is that person. She met Michael Stern, a French ad manager, in the 1980s and became friends with him. But they went on their first date only 6 years before marriage. Phoebe and Michael have experienced many highs and lows despite being married for many years. However, when their son was born in the middle of the 1990s, everything improved significantly, and the couple had a new motivation to continue their relationship. Jodie Foster and Alexandra Hedison. 10 years together. The highly regarded photographer Alexandra Hedison and actress Jodie Foster would rather not be seen together. Nevertheless, their close relationship is evident at every public event, and they go to together, and the pair walks may make anybody want this kind of company. After a year or so of dating, Alexandra and Jodie were married in 2014, and at first glance seemed to have been in love. Despite having a lot of work responsibilities, both ladies never sacrifice spending time together. Mutual respect and good communication are the couple's keys to a successful marriage. Julia Roberts and Daniel Moder, 22 years together. Most of Julia Roberts' 16-year marriage to cinematographer Danny Moder, star of Pretty Woman, has remained secret. Nevertheless, in December 2018, certain tabloids began spreading rumors that the couple was divorcing, which was untrue since they are still blissfully together. In an interview, Julia said she was still affected by the rumors about their relationship. Stories on such delicate subjects shouldn't go viral to get views to issues, and she is glad for the happiness Danny has given her. Robert Duvall and Luciana Pedraza, 20 years together. After starring in the most important film of his career, The Godfather, Robert Duvall achieved success. He went on to achieve great renown and make several movie appearances. But his personal life is different. Before he met Luciana Pedraza, who was over 40 years younger than him, but the ideal peer to the guy had 3 disastrous marriages. Since the two have been together for 20 years, this apparent disparity doesn't present any problems. Whoever said that age is only a number was correct. Jeff Bridges and Susan Gaston Bridges, 48 years together. Due to his inherited talent, Jeff Bridges could easily play every character from a whole family of performers. When he received an Oscar in 2009 for this kind of skill, the celebrity gave appreciation to his longtime girlfriend, Susan. Meeting each other on a movie set in Montana laid the groundwork for their romance. After that, the pair began dating, and when Jeff proposed to Susan in the same week in 1977, they were married. Even though the guy received several accolades from his acting profession, his 3 kids from this marriage are incomparable. Bruce Springsteen and Patti Scialfa, 33 years together. The dynamic pair first met when Bruce's band used Patti as a backing vocalist in the 1980s. At the time, he was going through divorce proceedings. When the divorce was completed in 1988, the couple made their relationship public and married 3 years later. The couple seems to still be in love with one another after 20 years of marriage, and they have 3 beautiful kids. The rock singer and Patti have been together through thick and thin, and the relationship seems more potent than ever. The pair was always destined to be together, according to many close to them. Toby Keith and Trisha Lucas, 40 years together. Love may strike at any age, but it can also strike early in life, as with Toby Keith. When he was just 20 and she was 19, he met the love of his life, Trisha Lucas. The pair thought they would be together when they met at a nightclub in 1981. After getting married 3 years later, Toby and Trisha never looked back. As their connection strengthened, the couple had 3 children together. They seem happier than ever and are evidence that committed partnerships work. Tina Turner and Erwin Bach, 40 years together. Before getting married in 2003, Tina and Irwin had been together since the 1980s. Irwin was a German music executive when they first met, and she was on tour after the publication of her album Private Dancer. After a year, they began dating after initially being friends. It may have been a protracted romance, but in Hollywood, partnerships don't usually lead to weddings, and when there's a lot on the line, one can't be too cautious. They have been together for over 30 years, so their caution paid off. Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne. 52 years together. If there is a marriage that has endured and triumphed over turbulent circumstances, it is Ozzy and Sharon's. Their 37-year and counting story is one of love, overcoming obstacles, and life's ups and downs. The couple married in the summer of 1982 and has 3 lovely children. After a short argument, they reconciled after realizing they had no one else they wanted to spend the rest of their lives with. They have been inseparable ever since. Catherine Bell and Brooke Daniels. 12 years together, Catherine has 2 children with Adam Beeson, her former spouse. After a falling out, they split in 2011 when she met Brooke. They clicked right away because they had much in common, including having children, having been in unsuccessful marriages, and being Scientology believers. Since then, the two have remained together despite their reputation for being camera shy. Brooke is a well-known photographer whose work has earned her a Lifetime Achievement Award. Meanwhile, Catherine maintains her hectic schedule by co-producing and acting in the lead role in The Good Witch. Denzel and Pauletta Washington. 40 years together. The best way to characterize Denzel and Pauletta would be as brilliant performers and collaborators. After 40 years together, the pair has remained solid in an era of tumultuous relationships. They do provide some insightful tips on how to strengthen a relationship. Denzel revealed that every marriage has its shares of ups and downs, but they could weather the storms because of their strong spiritual beliefs. The couple married a few years after meeting while making Wilma in 1977, and they now have 4 children pursuing careers in Hollywood. Sting and Trudy Styler, 30 years together. Before entering into a long-term relationship, Sting was always a strong proponent of strengthening friendships. At least 10 years passed before the wedding bells began to ring when he and Trudy Styler began dating in 1982. The artist cherishes his marriage more than anything else, even if millions of people listen to his well-known songs. Going on excursions, keeping the spark alive, giving each other space, not taking things too seriously, and most importantly, constantly supporting your spouse are some tips the gorgeous pair offered for a long marriage. Oprah Winfrey and Stedman Graham, 37 years together. Before Oprah Winfrey joined Hollywood and rose to fame for her charitable endeavors, she had a difficult upbringing. Although they didn't disclose their relationship to the world for over 6 years, she found her true love in Stedman Graham when they began dating in 1986. Unfortunately, Winfrey didn't think marriage is the right path for them, so we won't be able to witness them go down the aisle. The talk show presenter claims that Graham would never have been a good match for the part, because her idea of a husband and wife is too conventional. As long as the couple is content, we'll maintain it this way. Bono and Allison Hewson, 40 years together, known for his altruistic charitable efforts and as the lead vocalist of the well-known band U2. Bono met his wife of 36 years while they were both youngsters in Ireland. The pair have been together since 1982, bringing 4 exceptional children into their home. As an activist, Allison backs her husband in all his social and professional pursuits. The pair disclosed that going to red carpet events together, what they refer to as a magic carpet ride, is their key to a long marriage. Elton John and David Furnish, 30 years together. The tale of Elton and David will live on throughout history. As soon as homosexual marriage became legal in Britain in 2014, The couple formally exchanged vows after 12 years of friendship. The singer has been outspoken about David's encouragement and how his partner doesn't believe his notoriety is a burden. David is undoubtedly his person, and Elton likes that he is a successful filmmaker, a BAFTA Award nominee, a gifted producer, and a member of the board of the Elton John AIDS Foundation. Following the birth of their 2 boys via surrogacy, the charming couple is now adjusting to parenthood. David McCallum and Catherine Carpenter, 56 years together. After splitting from his first wife, the NCIS actor was distraught. He met Catherine at this time, and the 2 of them dated in the 1960s when she changed him into a new man and showed him how to love again. After a passionate ceremony in which sparks flew, they read their vows. Even after more than 55 years together, the pair is still devoted to one another today. In a public statement about his love, David said that every day is like Christmas, and that he doesn't care about any problems life may provide as long as his girlfriend is at his side. Peter Doocy and Hilary Vaughn, 8 years together. The couple's early relationship details are still unknown. However, they met while employed at Fox News in 2017. They were engaged in 2020, and on April 26, 2021, they were married at the Montage Palmetto Bluff Resort in an intimate ceremony in South Carolina. Steve Doocy, Peter's father, was his best man during the wedding with just 18 guests due to COVID-19 regulations. During a Fox News culinary episode in September 2022, the couple revealed they were expecting their first child. Peter and Hilary are still actively pursuing their journalistic jobs while enjoying their new responsibilities as parents, and Hilary delightfully broke the news by saying she was eating for 2. Spike Lee and Tanya Lewis Lee, 30 years together. Spike, the Academy Award-winning filmmaker, is skilled at his work and often remains behind the camera. Although it is difficult to compare to someone with his level of talent, his wife Tanya is one person who has come close to matching his career path. She is an entrepreneur, a well-known producer, and an advocate. In 1992, they first fell in love, and a year later, they were married. The public loved seeing the duo in the popular film She's Gotta Have It. They enjoy working together whenever possible. Michael Caine and Shakira Caine, 50 years together. The story of Michael and Shakira is a tale of love at first sight and a real-life fairy tale. When the actor first saw his future wife, he was going through a difficult time in his personal and professional life, and he immediately fell in love. After Michael was able to locate Shakira, they went on a date. As they say, the rest is history. The pair married in 1973 and now have a lovely kid. Despite having acted in over 130 films, he was eager to see his wife, no matter how thrilling his time on set was. Chuck Norris and Gina O'Kelly, 26 years together, even though they are 23 years apart. The pair is still completely smitten with one another. According to the account, Chuck met Gina while he was on a date with another lady. In 1998, the couple got married after realizing how ideal they were for one another. In 2013, Chuck's unwavering devotion to his wife was made public. The Walker, Texas Ranger star, put his career on hold to help her recover after learning that she had 2 frightening medical issues. Chuck never left Gina's side once she eventually recovered. Amy Brenneman and Brad Silberling, 29 years together. Bradley Silberling is famous for directing feature films, including Lands of the Lost, City of Angels, and Casper. Like her husband, Amy Brenneman is a highly recognized artist, and her cat has been nominated for both a Golden Globe and a Primetime Emmy. Brad met Amy on the set of NYPD Blue when he was grieving the death of his fiancée. The two were married in a secret ceremony in 1995 and have 2 children, Charlotte and Bodhi. To protect their family's privacy, the couple, who now reside in Massachusetts, are seldom seen in public. Kunal Nayyar and Neha Kapoor, 10 years together. In 2007, Kunal Nayyar was cast as Raj in The Big Bang Theory, a role that would influence his whole career. His future wife, Neha Kapoor, had won the Femina Miss India pageant less than a year before his audition, and the two began dating in 2008. They were married 2 years later. They now reside together in a stunning late 1940s Spanish-style home in Los Angeles. Together, they even own a puppy. Kunal has also been voicing Guy Diamond in Trolls since 2016. Since the conclusion of The Big Bang Theory in 2019, he has acted in the movie Think Like a Dog. Alan Jackson and Denise Jackson. 40 years together. Country music artist Alan Jackson and his wife, Denise Jackson, are a pair who were high school sweethearts and went on to become famous. Even before Alan's singing career began, the couple was married in 1979. He received his first significant break because of Denise's work as a flight attendant. Personal problems caused the two to split, but they returned more potent than ever. Denise attributes their long-lasting tale to counseling and a solid Christian basis. She feels they now value one another much more due to the difficult times. I mean, for better or worse. Erica Braeden and Dale Russell, 58 years together. In a society where relationships are ephemeral, it's always comforting to see a couple who have been together since their 60s. We're discussing veteran actors Dale Russell and Eric Braeden. Despite his flaws, Eric's character is the quintessential spouse and family guy in The Young and the Restless. While life hasn't always been easy, he is thankful for Dale's unwavering strength and support. We have no idea what genuine love is if that isn't it. Steve Janowitz and Joy Behar, 30 years together. Joy Behar and her husband Steve would be the prize winners for the most extended engagement in Hollywood. Despite dating since 1981, the couple just got married in 2011. The witty co-host of The View, when asked why they ultimately decided to tie the knot, claimed that she had grown weary of waiting for Wolf Blitzer to pop the question. The pair firmly believes in allowing each other lots of personal space. Joy argues that there is still a lot of laughing and excitement, which are very important in a relationship. Willie Nelson and Annie D'Angelo, 31 years together. Finding genuine love isn't always an easy journey. It took country music legend Willie Nelson 3 marriages before he met Annie D'Angelo, the love of his life. There was an immediate bond between the two when they first met, since the woman was a cosmetics artist on the sets of Stagecoach. Willie gave his wife all the credit when asked about the key to their long-term relationship. Annie seemed to have a unique talent for keeping them together, despite their share of ups and downs. For Willie, the 4th time is the charm. Joel Osteen and Victoria Osteen, 35 years together. Joel Osteen is the most well-known televangelist of our day, with over 1 million people watching his lectures. His wife, Victoria, is a preacher, which is a little-known fact. However, they weren't clergy members when they first met. They were simply 2 young people looking at jewelry. Since marriage, the pair has prioritized their children, ministry work, and each other. Victoria is a motivational author, much like Joel, since their lives are so connected. Jim Bakker and Lori Bakker, 26 years together. For Jim and Lori Bakker, it seems like a marriage made in heaven. They met in 1998 and started dating after looking in the wrong places for love. After only 50 days of meeting in front of a select group of friends and family, the couple was married. Over the years, Jim and Lori have significantly impacted one another. The pair has become the industry's power couple, because it's encouraging to see how they have supported one another through complex relationships in the past. Jason Statham and Rosie Huntington. 15 years together. Fashion model. Rosie Huntington immediately fell in love with Jason Statham because she believes nothing compares to classic British charm. After falling in love at a party in 2010, the pair have been together ever since. Despite being 20 years apart in age, Jason and Rosie have persevered through thick and thin. The couple seems happy, despite not having exchanged vows, despite being together for a long time. Since love ultimately triumphs over all obstacles, Jason and Rosie, who have a single kid, have shown that age is only a number. Leighton Meester and Adam Brody. 10 years together. Don't we all like a real-life crossover pair? Leighton Meester from Gossip Girl and Adam Brody from The OC met 2 years before, but didn't begin dating until 2013. They were known for keeping their romance under wraps, but eventually made it public in interviews. Meester and Brody had a private romance, were married, and then moved in together. But it wasn't until 2017 that we learned about their child and family life. We will never forget Blair Wardoff and Seth Cohen, even though they may have reached new heights. Andrew Lincoln and Gail Anderson, 18 years together. Relationships are ideal at first, but when two people live together, they are quickly put to the test. However, this was not the case with Andrew Lincoln and Gail Anderson as their love endured. The couple, who have been together for 18 years, initially fell in love on the set of The American Comedy Teachers. Andrew has often said that he fell in love with Gail when he saw her and knew she would be his lifelong companion. The famous couple resides in London with their two adorable kids, Arthur and Matilda. Alanis Morissette and Mario Treadway, 15 years together. When Canadian singer Alanis Morissette announced the birth of her third child with husband and Mario Treadway, the internet went crazy. The news unquestionably demonstrated the couple's enduring love and close relationship. Despite having excellent jobs and being married in 2010 amid considerable hoopla, Alanis and Mario haven't had an easy existence. Their marriage was put to the test by postpartum depression, miscarriages, false beginnings, and everything in between. Yet the pair never gave up on one another. Hugh Dancy and Claire Danes, 18 years together. Like many Hollywood couples, Hugh Dancy and Claire Danes must give their director credit for their respective parts in the same movie. As fate would have it, they fell in love during the romantic film Evening. How appropriate. In the beginning, they became friends via the board games Scrabble and Boggle. Following that, at a ceremony in France, rings were exchanged over 2 years. Even after 18 years, they still laugh and share intimate moments as if they were newlyweds. Lou Dobbs and Debbie Lee Segura, 42 years together. Whether you agree with their points of view or not, you cannot ignore their popularity. After completing their first marriage in 1981, the television host fell in love with Debbie Lee Segura, a CNN sports presenter, and the two married a year later. Because of Dobbs' work style, the couple has often been the target of hate attacks via threats and physical assaults. Nevertheless, Segura has remained steadfast with her husband for over 4 decades. This is real love now. George Takei and Brad Altman, 38 years together. Actor George Takei of Star Trek didn't anticipate that he would develop a deep friendship with Brad Altman when he requested that he assist him in training for a marathon. Takei and Altman clicked right away when they met at a bar in Los Angeles. The lovely relationship resulted from what began as a long-distance marathon practice. Despite coming out of a same-gender couple in 2005 and being married 3 years later, the couple had been together for more than 30 years. Takei and Altman have shown they can do anything together. despite complex relationships. Mark Harmon and Pam Dalber, 37 years together. Mark Harmon and his lady love, Pam Dalber, accomplished something exceptional and uncommon in Hollywood. Their marriage seems well established, having endured for over 30 years. Harmon and Dalber started communicating when a mutual acquaintance introduced them, and soon after, a romance grew between them. In 1987, a brief ceremony marked the formal beginning of the relationship, during which the couple exchanged vows and stuck by them. Dalber's decision to give up her job to raise the kids was the sole drawback, but at least they are a happy family. Erin Andrews and Jared Stahl, 12 years together. Former NHL player Jared Stahl had to walk an extra mile to start dating the famous reporter Erin Andrews. After unsuccessfully asking a mutual friend to intervene, he took things over and asked her out himself. They started dating in 2012, and in 2017 came their wedding. The couple had already passed all the tests before walking down the aisle. In 2015, Stahl was arrested for drug possession, and in 2016, Andrews was diagnosed with cervical cancer. The two surpassed the difficulties, and in 2020, Stahl became a player development coach for his former team, the Los Angeles Kings. Meanwhile, Andrews is still a top-class reporter. Bryan Cranston and Robin Dearden, 34 years together. Bryan Cranston and Robin Dearden's enduring marriage of 34 years is a testament to their strong bond and commitment. For many, including the couple themselves, maintaining a relationship for such a long time is a significant accomplishment. Their love story began when they were co-workers on the 1980s television series Airwolf. At the time, Bryan played a villain who held Robin's character hostage, a scenario far removed from the real-life romance that would blossom between them. After the show ended, they grew closer, eventually deciding to date. Their connection deepened, leading to their marriage in 1989. Like any couple, they faced challenges, including the pressures of Hollywood, demanding careers, and personal hardships. However, their commitment to each other remained unwavering. They worked hard to maintain a strong and supportive marriage, especially for the sake of their only daughter, Taylor Dearden. Taylor, inspired by her parents, pursued a career in acting, making her mark in the industry. Despite the ups and downs, Bryan and Robin's relationship thrives, a rare example of lasting love in an industry known for fleeting romances. Their story highlights the importance of dedication, mutual respect, and unwavering support. Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw, 32 years together. Despite his reputation as a director of action and adventure movies, Steven Spielberg has a profoundly romantic personality off-screen. He has never shied away publicly expressing his love and admiration for his wife, Kate Capshaw. Over the years, the couple has shared heartfelt moments, demonstrating their unwavering affection for one another. Their bond appears to be built on mutual respect, deep connection, and a shared sense of adventure, making them one of Hollywood's most enduring pairs. Spielberg and Capshaw's love story began on the set of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom in the early 1980s. At the time, Capshaw was an aspiring actress, landing the role of Willie Scott, the film's leading lady. Little did they know that their professional collaboration would lead to a lifelong romance. After the film wrapped, their connection grew more substantial, and they began dating. Their relationship eventually led to marriage in 1991, marking the start of a beautiful journey together. They have supported each other's personal and professional endeavors while raising a blended family of 7 children. Their relationship is a testament to love, commitment, and the ability to balance work and family in the spotlight. Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen, 30 years together. Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen are among the few Hollywood couples who have been married for a considerable amount of time, roughly 30 years. Paparazzi often see this couple doing errands together while holding hands or giving each other a hearty embrace, indicating that they frequently perform amorous actions for one another. One of Ted's interviews on The Ellen DeGeneres Show also revealed his love for his wife. According to the celebrity, Mary's love for caring for her grandkids made her the ideal example of love amoeba. David Beckham and Victoria Beckham, 25 years together. Nobody is unfamiliar with Victoria and David Beckham. This duo has upped the standard in the fashion sector for years, making millions of dollars from the sale of clothing and fragrances. The fact that these husbands and wives have been together for 20 years makes their love journey remarkable, in addition to their successful enterprises. Their marriage stayed strong despite the complex events that plagued their home. Later, Victoria revealed the key to their successful relationship: interpersonal communication. She clarified that they always set aside some time during their free time to converse, even if it's just in private or light-hearted ways. Alex Trebek and Jean Curavan, 30 years together. Despite having very different careers, Jean is a religious science practitioner and sound healer, and Alex is an entertainer. They are a natural match. The popular Jeopardy host, who is fighting cancer, has openly expressed how much his wife's love and support has aided in his recovery. Despite being 24 years apart, the gorgeous couple clicked right away when they met at a party in 1988. 2 years later, they were married and now have 2 children. Trebek's sole relationship regret is that he didn't find his true love sooner. Dustin Hoffman and Lisa Hoffman, 44 years together. It's simple to assume that Hollywood superstars can't stay married for long, but Dustin and Lisa Hoffman disproved that theory. Despite being together for 40 years, this power couple shows no signs of splitting up. You'll probably be surprised to learn that Dustin and Lisa have known each other long, since his mother is her grandmother's closest friend. When Lisa was just 11 years old, they first began dating. 12 years later, no one would have predicted they would get back together and marry. What a remarkable tale of love. Gerald McRaney and Delta Burke, 34 years together. The greatest thing Gerald McRaney gained from the television program Simon & Simon more than 30 years ago was meeting his wife, Delta Burke. Because Hollywood celebrities seldom get married, the star's acquaintances first opposed his marriage to the actress. Nevertheless, the pair has been a global exception. The majority of the information about the couple's lives is kept confidential. Even though they are childless, they have a strong relationship, evident at award presentations and other public events. Tom Ford and Richard Buckley, 35 years together. Did fashion designer Tom Ford realize that on New Year's Eve, he would find his true love at a beauty parade? However, they were both there, and the rest is history. When their eyes locked, sparks flared, Tom told People magazine. Who said there was no such thing as love at first sight? After 30 years and several experiences, the couple remains together and has a son called Alexander John Buckley Ford. According to the interview, respect for one another's values, views, and viewpoints is the key to their successful marriage. People. Let's pay attention. Felicity Huffman and William H. Macy, 35 years together. Actress Felicity Huffman of George's Rule used to be afraid of getting married. However, everything changed when she met William H. Macy, her future husband, at the New York City Theater Company. Before getting married, the couple dated for 15 years, dominating every red carpet event in Hollywood. Felicity claims she likes to exercise, do errands, and arrange romantic dates with her spouse, since these are small activities. They even want a weekend getaway together after a demanding work week. How thrilling! Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick, 31 years together. Maintaining a relationship for 31 years takes dedication, patience, and unwavering commitment. It's no easy feat, especially under the constant scrutiny of the public eye. However, Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick have proven that love, mutual respect, and shared passions can sustain a marriage for decades. Their love story began with a shared appreciation for Broadway, a connection that deepened over time. Parker, captivated by Broderick's charm and talent, knew early on that she would do whatever it took to win his heart. One of the secrets to their enduring relationship is their ability to fully embrace each other's interests and personalities. They spent 6 years together before deciding to tie the knot in 1997. Their wedding was anything but traditional. Parker, famously known for her impeccable fashion sense, surprised everyone by wearing a black dress instead of a classic white gown. Despite the unconventional ceremony, their bond only grew stronger with time. Together, they have navigated the challenges of fame, parenthood, and career demands while keeping their relationship as strong as ever. Their love remains as steadfast as Juno's swans, proving that a deep emotional connection, laughter, and unwavering support are the keys to a lasting marriage. Henry Winkler and Stacy Weitzman, 45 years together. One of the rare artists to experience the phenomenon of love at first sight was Henry Winkler. It took place in Los Angeles, the actor's birthplace. He entered a clothes shop randomly and encountered the most attractive lady he had ever seen, at least in his opinion. After dating for a few years, she changed her name from Stacy Weitzman to Mrs. Winkler. Their lives haven't gotten any better after the marriage. After over 40 years together, the couple is still in love and has 3 kids. It's not easy to maintain close relationships for so long. Their efforts are admirable.